What's happening, Raider Nation? Today, I'm going to be doing a mock draft simulator, 5 rounds for the Oakland Raiders, of what I think they could do in combination with what I could do. Now, this is off their rankings, the Draft Network's mock draft. I'm using their predictive board. So, if somebody falls, that just seems too good to be true. I'm just not going to take them probably. If it seems reasonable, I'll take them. And we'll just go through a couple different options. I'll make a sheet and make an options and maybe do a little vote on see who likes what. Once again, I'm using the Draft Network simulator. This is for the Raiders. I'm going to try to do realistic picks. So like if a quarterback falls way too far that shouldn't be there, I'm not going to take him super late or anything like that. Or, Quinnen Williams is there in the second round. I'm not going to take him. So we'll kind of go through it and let me know what your thoughts are. Here we go. So in this one, we got Bosa, Allen, Quinnen Williams. Oh, wow, right off the get-go. So if this happens, I think the Raiders take Kyler Murray. I just think John Gruden can't resist. So we'll start off with that one. Unique little draft fall. Yeah, this one's kind of weird already how it's fallen. Would have expected probably at number 4. Seems like they're locked in. I haven't heard anything on Gary with them, so that's kind of interesting. I don't see Sweat going maybe that high anymore. Let's see. I can see Jonah Williams definitely on 23 for Super Bowl. So, Raiders. Heard a lot about Josh Jacobs. I think they try to go defensive lineman. If there's one available. I love Adderley. Jeffrey Simmons, I don't know if he'd be on their board because of this incident. I know they would definitely take Farrell. He's gone. So you got to trust the board here. I don't expect Christian Wilkins to really fall necessarily. But if he does, I guess there's a possibility it's a good deep interior class. Let's just go with him. Christian Wilkins first off. So, also, I forgot to mention this. I'm only doing 5 rounds. But also, I think the Raiders are going to try to trade back with one of these late ones if they can. Try to pick up, team second rounder and, a third. If possible, or second and like a fourth, they'll try to move back. But we can't do that in these trades, so we'll just keep going. If Greedy Williams falls, I'm kind of worried about him. He can't really tackle. I know we're gonna want tacklers. Yeah, no edge really of quality right now. Let's go Josh Jacobs. I know they're really high on him. They're the most likely team. Oh, Nazir Adderley, I would have liked to take him. We still need an edge. Tyler Murphy, I don't think he's lasting that long. Could see them go there. Lynn Johnson's risen. I'm going to go Chase Winovich. I'm going to say they need to go edge. I can see Chase Winovich being a Raider guy. I know they like Chris Edmonds, but due to need here, not having anything yet, let's go edge Chase Winovich. 2 offensive players early. It's probably not ideal how I would want it to fall for the Raiders. Two offensive players first. Probably not be ideal from my perspective. So far, we've got Kyler, Christian Wilkins, who fell. Nice, versatile defensive lineman. Bell back. Do it all, Josh Jacobs, and an edge player, and Winovich. So starting edge, starting interior, groom a quarterback, maybe you trade Carr, maybe you sit Kyler. So this is a good, nice little interesting falls. Here, I know they had. I think they maybe met with Josh Oliver, but I know for a fact they met with Connor McGovern. He's a nice middle round interior offensive lineman. Let's see if Chuma Baduga is available. Ooh, Anthony Nelson's a nice versatile edge player as well. Wouldn't hurt to get 2 right now. So there's Chuma. See, I like Chuma too. I know they brought in Joe Jackson. You know, I'm thinking they're gonna go. Let's go interior offensive line. Ooh, Kale Waring though. Love this guy, San Diego State. High school, my alma mater, San Diego State. But this guy was a high school water polo guy, basketball. Played 1 year high school football. 6'5", 250, ran great. Can run block, fair, above average. Coming from San Diego State. I haven't heard them being interested in him really at all. I know they've been interested in Daryl Henderson. I think he'll probably be gone by here potentially. We went running back. I'm going to go with interior offensive lineman, someone they brought in. Me personally, I'd want to go probably tight end here. But let's go interior offensive lineman. You're going to need a starter. Let's go Connor McGovern, Penn State. So now if we look at our picks so far, we're done. We're going to do 5 rounds. So in the first 5 rounds, no trade backs to hopefully stockpile. And I think the Raiders definitely going to want to stockpile because, late first to middle second, early third, a lot of these players are very similar. Maybe Christian Williams will be higher, but in this, this range. Oh, we still got one more pick, actually, sorry. He's going to receiver, maybe corner. Definitely need a tight end. Peyton Smith. I know we met with Colin at the Senior Bowl. We he did pretty good. Go get a tight end. I like Foster Monroe. Surprise people with some athleticism. Definitely can run block. Great kid. Go with him if we wanted. Let's go. I know Caden Smith's local. I'm going to my personal favorite. Let's go Foster Monroe here. It's pretty well rounded. I like him a lot. Boom. So right here, if you look at this Raiders draft class, 5 rounds. They got quarterback of the future, if not a starting quarterback. They got a 3 tech, also play the 5 on the edge, Christian Wilkins, high character. I don't know how he might fall, but I think he's probably going to be done by then. Josh Jacobs, etc. Let's go back. Chase Winovich. Okay, so let's mark this down, shall we? We went Kyler, Wilkins, Suze, interior defensive line, quarterback, like that, Josh Jacobs, running back. Let's see, 106. They got. Oh, whoops! I forgot. That's a mistake. 35. Dewey. These manually all of them. 35. Winovich, high motor, tested really well. Ed from Michigan State. I like him a lot. I haven't really heard anything from the Raiders, but I love him. Connor McGovern, interior offensive line. Foster, Moreau. More of a blocking tight end, but I think he's got some receiving upside. So with our first mock, there's been a lot of rumors about maybe Cardinals not taking a quarterback. So if we left it how it is now, no one trading up to number 3, we'll go Kyler at 4, quarterback. John Gruden seems to be enamored with. Nice lineman that fell. Christian Wilkins, Josh Jacobs, starting running back. Winovich, an edge from Michigan. McGovern, Foster Moreau. You could say honestly right here, 5 starters. The first 5, Foster Monroe, key contributors. 6, pretty much key contributors if Kyler starts, which is a possibility if we draft him. Let's restart now, shall we? Do another one. All right. It's a mock draft. Once again, I'm using the draft networks. If you haven't done it, it's really fun. I'll do one where I do all the teams probably before the draft. I'm going to Nashville on Wednesday. I'm leaving. Enjoy the festivities. Predictive. Only going to do 5 rounds. Mentioned earlier the Raiders probably want to trade back, but can't do that in these trades. Let's do it again. Try to do it a little different each time. Okay, so nice. Kyler, Nick Bosa. Okay. A lot of rumors about us being in love with Devin White. I just don't know. It might be a little early for typical value. We've already done a quarterback, so I want to take Haskins. Ed Oliver has been another rumor. Let's go Josh Allen. Haven't heard much of him. I think the Raiders should be high on him. 17 sacks in the SEC. Getting the edge player early really should make it flexible and allow the Raiders to take, whoever falls in their lap and feel comfortable, in my opinion. So let's go with Josh Allen this time. Farrell. Again there. So as you noticed, a little bit of trend the last 2 times. Not getting those edge players that fall. So I'm not going to take a quarterback. I took Josh Jacobs before. I'm going to wait this time. I'm taking Nazir Adderley. He wasn't there last time we went. He's a safety. One of my favorite players. Used to play corner. Now moved to free safety. True center high. Also plays the run game nice. Was on the Raiders set for the Senior Bowl. Was voted a captain before the game. Then had an interception during the game. Was one of the most impressive players. I think he's a weapon, a nice chess piece. Let's go with him this time for the Raiders. Let's go Nazir Adderley. Weapon on the back end. I already went Josh Jacobs. We could wait on that. Tight end's a possibility. Corner. Interior offensive lineman. I could see Irv Smith maybe being the pick. A tight end. I'm going to go Irv Smith. Nah, it's too early for me. I don't think so. It's too early for me. I'm not as high on him right there. There's too many good players. I know we've talked about having the best receiving core in the NFL. A.J. Brown's nice. I'm going to go with... I think this is the most likely pick the Raiders move to, but like I said, I can't make trades. I'm going to go with Chris Lindstrom. He's way down here. I think he's going to go... Honestly, late first round, early second. 4-year starter, Boston College. Guard center projection. Definitely day 1 starter at guard. Really nice quickness measurables. High IQ guy, high character. From Mike Mick's alma mater. He recently said that the Raiders mentioned that they would love to have him. So let's go with interior offensive line right here now. Get that starter, try to build a bona fide offensive line, protect Derek Carr, keep him upright. So, second round, Josh Jacobs still available. I could see it. I want to pick Josh Jacobs in every one of these mocks and get running backs later usually, but. So I'm going to change it up. I think, honestly, though, I said there's over a 60-70% chance we're going to get Josh Jacobs in this draft. It just seems everything points that he would be he reminds me of Charlie Garner. I say it again. Watch some Charlie Garner highlights and watch some Josh Jacobs highlights. They have some similarities. Let's go Irv Smith this one. Try to get a starting tight end. From Alabama. I see him as, more of a second-round prospect. A lot of people have him going late 1, possibly to us or Green Bay or the Patriots. I would feel more comfortable, in the 30s, past 32. So far we have Josh Allen, starting edge player. Nazir Adderley is with us at the Senior Bowl. Chess piece that would make him starting free safety, I would believe, potentially right away. Carl Joseph, Worley, Joyner in the nickel, which is 65% of the time 70, especially in our division. And Kerryon Conley gives the boy as an offensive lineman, Chris Lindstrom, and a nice weapon at tight end. Next up, I could see us going running back for sure. A lot of these running backs that are falling probably might be gone, so I might not take one here. Let's see. Kyle Waring's there again. It's good to remember later. I like him a lot. Damian Harris, I'm not so high. Get another. We don't need a speed back. Wow, so as this one falls, as you can see, didn't really fall, and that's the greatest. We could use another edge player. I really like Anthony Nelson. He's a hard-nosed player. Wouldn't hurt to get another edge here. I think I'm going to go draft Anthony Nelson, get another edge player, wait on receiver / running back. So I'm pretty sure I'm going to go running back next round. Guy that can, be a factor. I went Anthony Nelson from Iowa, 6'7", 270. Hard-nosed player, bringing a lunch pail type of guy. I like him a lot. I know they brought Joe Jackson. I should probably look if he was available. So here, let's go running back. More of a zone slasher. Rodney Anderson, medical issues, but big time producer. Let's go Rodney Anderson. Boom. Well, let's fill this next one out, shall we? At 4, we went Allen, edge. 24, my boy, one of my favorite players, Adderley. Safety. Let's see, Mike Banks. 27. We went to Big Hog starting at guard. Chris Lindstrom, day 1. Once again, I forgot 35, but it's okay. We'll just add it. 35. Irv Smith, young tight end from Alabama, can do a bit of everything. 106, we went another edge player from Iowa, bring a lunch pail, hard hat type of guy. And then we went 140, got ourselves a running back who's been hurt in college, but produced big time when he was on the field. Rodney Anderson from Oklahoma. So we look at this draft. We get 2 edge players that can contribute right away. Chess piece, starter, one of my favorite players, Adderley in the back end. And then we got Chris Lindstrom from Mike Mack's alma mater. Great agility, hard-nosed guy, star one. And Irv Smith. So in this draft alone, you could say 1 starter, 2 starter, 3, 4 starters, maybe 5. Definitely all 6 of these guys that would contribute, excluding health, big key factors. So let's do the next one. Mock draft 3. Probably do 4 or 5 of these. Try to get a good little feel here. Start. Oops. Drafts. And draft networks. And what I want to remind everyone again, I can see the Raiders, trying to trade back, accumulate more picks, possibly to a team that needs a quarterback. wants to sneak back into the late one, get that 5th-year option. I did a video about that a couple weeks ago and about the Giants being a possibility. Check that out for reference. Let's go again. Ooh, Quinnen Williams. I like it. We'll probably do Quinnen Williams, Devin White, and Ed Oliver in the next ones, and then we'll get a good feel how those lineups. Quinnen Williams, big old, most disruptive player in college football this past year. 1-year starter, Alabama. He's gonna, he can move around everywhere on the Raiders front. Somebody like Ed Oliver, 3 tech, and then he can play on the edge as well. Oh, here right away I'm taking Noah Fant. No question. Boom. Okay. Ooh, Farrell. Love Farrell. Clemson. Military background. I know the Raiders. She's a typical Mike Mayock type of player. Really clean prospect. Probably won't be, Pro Bowl every year, but he'll get you 10 sacks every year. All right. Nazir Adderley again. I went with him already. I love him. Let's go with Rock Ya-Sin this time. He's a 2-time, I believe, state high school wrestling champ. JC transferred, went to Temple. Voted on by his teammates as one of the toughest players. He'll hit you in the mouth. He'll tackle. Reminds me of Akeem Talib. I can see the connection. So let's go with him this time around. So right off the get-go, flying through this one. If this happened to the Raiders, I think they'd be ecstatic. Paper right now, if this was the case. Quinnen Williams, Pro Bowl, probably potentially. Noah Fant, great specimen, tight end, 98th percentile. Production and measurements. Cleveland Farrell, nice edge presence starter. And Rock Ya-Sin, right there, he got 4 bona fide starters with their first 4 picks. This would be so far shaping out to be pretty dreamlike if I was a Raiders fan. That's right now if we got all these. Probably maybe more ideal than Rock Ya-Sin. I'd probably say Josh Jacobs, but he was gone. If they got Josh Jacobs there, that'd be a grand slam, in my opinion. But let's keep going. Let's see who falls to us next and what's available. I know we've brought in a lot of receivers. See who's going interior, running back maybe. Colin McGravens again. I'm going to pass on him. This time I'm going to go with my dude. If he's available, let's see, Chuma Edoga. Big time recruit. Really efficient in pass blocking, not the greatest in run. From Pro Football Focus, but I love what he did at the Senior Bowl. Let's go with him this time, starting guard for us. Try to protect Derek Carr. Let's get I think Chuma, move him inside, could be day 1 starter. We already went with Connor earlier, who we had in for a visit. And that doesn't mean necessarily he's higher on the board than Chuma necessarily, or we're not interested in Chuma. But having coached him at the Senior Bowl and having him do practices, they got him firsthand experience. So they're probably not going to bring those type of guys in. So I'm going to go with him. Yeah, great feed on Chuma. So shaping up right now, like I said, this is looking like a great draft class. I'd be ecstatic for this. Like I said, maybe Josh Jacobs is there. Maybe that'd be a little bit more sexier, but this is looking great, in my opinion. 5 starters. My measurement. So tight end, wide receiver maybe. Running back I could see. Quill Armstead. Big power back. 5'11", 205. I like him a lot. Let's get ourselves more of a bell cow type. We got Jalen Richard, DeAndre Washington, two really good change of pace backs that can also do some early work. So let's go with the hammer, more or less. Mikel Armstead, an underrated prospect. Now, the running backs kind of typically fall, which might, shouldn't surprise anybody. So some of these running backs are going to be around in this area. So, this is just looking great. If I'm a Raiders fan, 3, 5, 6 quality impact players. In my opinion, early. They're sitting here just looking really good. The nice thing about Udoga, too, is tackle experience. Gives you a little bit of flexibility in case Colton Miller or Parker don't really work out, or Trenton Brown, potentially one of those guys, gives you start him inside. So let's go Quinnen Williams. Interior defensive line, awesome. Possibly a top two player in this class. Some people have him ranked number 1. Noah Fant, a dominant weapon for DC. Cleveland Farrell, nice, consistent. Not have to worry about him off the field edge player. $35. Go Rocky Sin. JUCO transfer. Went to Temple, 2 times state high school champion. Reminds me of Lil Akeem Talib. Will come up and hit you. Chuma Udoga, played offensive tackle in college. I'm gonna start at guard for the Raiders right away, I would think. And 140, Armstead, the hammer from Temple. Boom. This one so far early on is looking really good if I was a Raiders fan. Impact, maybe the best player in the draft, Williams. A freak and a need position in Fant. Farrell, sorry about my spelling. Farrell, clean edge player. 3 high impact starters. Rocky Sin, another starter. 4 impact starters. Chuma, starter. Armstead could be the starter, honestly, too. Boom. I'm loving that draft. Let's do another one. Hopefully get some different variety. Love that one. That was sweet. Draft. Start on my draft. Raiders again. We'll do 5. Try to do something else. Maybe do Devin Bush this time. Obviously, you kind of want it to make sense. Perfect with Devin White this time. I really like the player, but if I was taking a linebacker, I'd probably want to drop down a pick or 2. But say they don't. And the next one we'll do Ed Oliver. There's a possibility. So we'll go Devin White. Say we just love his leadership, his upside. His average 100 tackles a year. Former running back, 4.4 speed. Going with him. Let's see how this one falls. And it's not that I don't repeat picks. Like Noah Fant, I think is. Oh wow. So there's no way, in my opinion, Devin Bush makes it back here. I'm going Noah Fant again. If Noah Fant falls, I just don't see how we could pass on him. He's such a mismatch. Potentially, Josh Jacobs win again. What do I like him? Let's see. I'm going to go Farrell again. Like I said, trying to fill out these needs. We do need an edge player. I know we'd be high on him. Adderley again, who I love. Lonnie Johnson, Rocky Sin, we've done him. Kind of a bit of all these guys. So if it was me, and we haven't gone, I feel like a receiver, potentially, actually. A.J. Brown is a dominant slot receiver. He would fit with what we need. I think they'd be. I would personally rather go Adderley, but for sake of changing it up, Let's go with the dominant slot receiver, basically running back when he gets the ball in his hand. Big, physical, dominant A.J. Brown. John Gruden says he wants the best receiving core. Definitely has it now. I would like to hope with that roster. Nazir's falling big time in this one. That's crazy. No way he gets the third round. If this was the case, I would be trading up big time for Nazir, Adderley, or Savage. Like I said, these aren't perfect. So right here, impact linebacker, dominant force at tight end, mismatch extraordinaire. Noah Fant, Farrell, starter at edge, and A.J. Brown, big time slot receiver. I like how this one's shaping up as well. Let's see, that one's 15%. Let's do a couple, just finish it off. So yeah, I'm liking this one big time. Kind of too. If the thing about Devin White that scares me is missing out on edges, not finding an edge later. But luckily Farrell was there, so I took him. But that's the thing that scares me about staying at 4 and getting a guy like White. Oh, let's go get David Montgomery, workhorse from Iowa State. Not the fastest guy, but man, he's a real complete back. So right here again, man, as you can see how the board's been falling, and if they stay where they are with all these picks, the Raiders have an opportunity to add bona fide 4 to 5 starters, which is just huge in this draft. In my opinion, they could get 4 or 5 starters. If Cahill Waring falls to us, that'd be awesome. Oh, nope, he's gone for San Diego State. Oh, no, we already took Fant, excuse me. Yeah, I'm really high on the guy from San Diego State. Already got another receiver. Don't want to go there. Maybe an edge player. Another edge if there's one. Don't really assume another linebacker. Okay, so now we're in one of those spots. If you can find interior offensive linemen. Let's see. Offensive tackle. Isaiah Prince. Ohio State's a pretty big guy. Kind of like what he did. Bobby Evans, 6'5", 299. Let's check interior. So, no lies. This one's going to be kind of hard for me. Let's go by player rankings. 147. 26. We're going to go just with, I do like Ole. We'll go with Bobby Evans. He can kick in inside. Played at Oklahoma, really productive. 4-star recruit. Plug him in. Boom. Boom. Done with this 5 rounds again. Freaking pretty nice. Just write them down for y'all. There we go. Do one more after this. Ed Oliver. White. Linebacker. 24. Noah Fant's there. And I did these simulators a couple weeks ago, and Noah Fant wasn't falling as frequently as this. I'd love it if we could get Noah Fant. I like him way more than Irv Smith personally. I think he's just more of a mismatch piece, and I think he's undervalued in the run game just because of Hawkinson. It was so good. But I don't think he's a chump, kind of like Cook was for us in the run game. Edge. Oh, man, I'm loving this draft. Man, the Raiders, they just stay pat, have an opportunity to get some really a lot better on draft day. Maybe the best slot receiver after catch receiver guy in this draft, A.J. Brown. 6, David Montgomery. Bell Cobb from Iowa State, and at 140 we went Bob Evans, Oklahoma. Offensive tackle, but we'll start off at guard. It's another great one here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 starters, impact players. Like I said, the only thing that really scares me about not getting like an edge early is kind of missing out on that sweet zone. There's only 24, 27, 35. There's only a couple guys I really consider. That'd be Farrell or Winovich. Also, Sweat's not ever available in these, but with his heart condition, I think there's a chance he's available late one. And if the Raiders were comfortable with Sweat, that'd be a nice player too from Mississippi State to target. Around picks 24 to 35. He has a heart condition. So we'll do one more, and we'll do Ed Oliver, and then we'll review him again and see what we get working with. Let's do it. Ed Oliver, who's been getting a lot of top 5 buzz last couple days. Freaking All-American since his freshman year. Played nose tackle in college at 270 pounds. Yeah, he's not going to be doing that in the pros. He's going to be a disruptor. Get him up the field. Get him on the edge on the base potentially. Let's do this thing. So I already know I'm going to do Ed Oliver just for this sake of argument. It actually works out. Here's the Montez Sweat. Got the enlarged heart. He ran the fastest 40-yard dash time ever for a defensive lineman. 4.4s, 6'5", 240. Yeah, there's a chance he's there late one because of heart condition. But in this simulator, he's not going to be available. So that's an interesting name. So we're going Ed Oliver. Top 5 buzz around him. From Houston. All-American since his freshman year. Oh, you should know. Look, he's still there. Noah Fant. And I can't resist it, folks. I'm telling you, if Noah Fant's available at pick 24, they better run it in. That's how I feel. Or honestly, probably in this one, we've kind of missed out on Josh Jacobs. Let's go Josh Jacobs before. Both these teams are pretty deep at tight end. So I'm going to do a little sneakiness. I'm going to go Josh Jacobs. And boom. Now I'm going to go Fant. Now if we could get an edge player, that'd be nice. I don't know if there's going to be one. Worth it. No. So this is kind of what I was referring to. Let's see if I kind of went too fast and missed. No. So, yep, Farrell went there. Yeah, so in this situation, that's what I was talking about. The Raiders missed that true edge player. Maybe they'll, in this situation, have Oliver and the edge and the base. And kind of roll three techniques with P.J. Hall, Mo Hurst, and him. Majority of the time, I would think, as of right now. This one, already went 2 offensive weapons. Let's go defense again. Go corner. I'm going to go with Nazir Adderley again, my personal favorite player in the secondary in this class. Had him at the Senior Bowl. So once again, if I was the Raiders, probably looking, if there's an edge player, maybe Joe Jackson or Nelson available in the next pick. That's who I'd be looking at. Ooh, I should have gone Ferguson potentially, honestly. Kind of a bit of a reach, but I know he's a possibility. Should have looked at that, which was a possible mistake on me. Then they brought in Joe Jackson. Could just take him next. We were doing with Nelson. So let's go Joe Jackson. Boom. Get that edge player. He could possibly even start if he was good enough and move that Oliver inside. Liking how this one's shaping up as well. Once again, the Raiders, if they just stay pat, which I think they're going to try to trade back. But like I said, the grouping of these players, they're all pretty of equal value. Let's see available picks. Look for linemen again. Interior. We'll go all first. So maybe wide receiver. Okay, Myers, speed guy. Terry Goins, a speed guy. Terry offensive line. Michael Jordan. Bobby Evans again is available. Go with him again. Just gonna go Bobby Evans again. I do like Tyler Romer too. 6'7", though he can't play guard. Too big. I'm gonna go Bobby Evans again. This is gonna be our final one. And yeah, we'll review them again. So this one's, excuse me. You guys don't need to be seeing all my stuff. So Oliver, interior defensive line. I'll put a little bit of edge too. Play a little bit of edge as well. Oops. Excuse me, this one. Oh yeah, that's right. Josh Jacobs, heavily rumored to us. Makes sense. Lead back. Noah Fant. Mismatched tight end. I think if the Raiders could get these two weapons in the late rounds, whether 24 through 27 or 35, that would be possibly the two best weapons they could get for them. Or if they went weapon-wise, I'd prioritize Noah Fant over Josh Jacobs. But since the needy running back teams were after, I went with Josh Jacobs ahead. But if it's between those two, let's say in the Raiders draft room, I would lean towards Noah Fant. For his upside and mismatch potential, even though I love me some Josh Jacobs. We went Joe Jackson, edge player from Miami, who was in for a visit. 140 again, went Bobby Evans, productive tackle from Oklahoma. So can play guard. So here we go. Let's go through them again. The first one, we got Kyler fell to us. There's been some likelihood, possibly that this could happen. Rumors that at quarterback, at first, Arizona might skip on Kyler. So we went Kyler, Christian Wilkins, Josh Jacobs, Winovich, McGovern, who was in for a visit, and Foster Moreau, tight end from LSU. This one is probably the least likely out of all of them. I think Kyler's still probably going number one. Second one, we went Josh Allen, edge rusher from Kentucky, Nazir Adderley, playmaker safeties with the Senior Bowl, Chris Lindstrom, from the alma mater, Mike Mayock, Irv Smith, tight end, Anthony Nelson, edge from Iowa, lunch pail guy, Rodney Anderson, when he's healthy, dominant back from Oklahoma. C, we went with Quinnen Williams, arguably the best player in this draft, Noah Fant, Cleveland Farrell from Clemson, 10 sack a year guy. Will Clayton, Rocky Sin, corner from Temple. And Chuma Edoga with that Senior Bowl really was great. Decided to play guard right away for us. And then Armstead, the power back from Temple. And then the next one, D, we went Devin White, Noah Fant again, Farrell, A.J. Brown, dominant slot receiver, David Montgomery, running back from Iowa, real complete. Maybe not a burner, but real complete. And then Bobby Evans, tackle guard. And then for the last one, we went Ed Oliver, interior defensive line, possible edge. Josh Jacobs, Fant, Adderley, Joe Jackson, who's in for a visit, and Bobby Evans. So as you see from all these, maybe except for the first one because it's Kyler, that's kind of rare. In all these, though, the Raiders, if they just stand pat, should get 5 impact players for their team. Minimum 4 for each class, but 5, in my opinion. Biggest trends would be them hoping, if they didn't go edge in the beginning, which is very possible with White, or to go Quinnen Williams, or Oliver's not a true edge, would be that they would want, Farrell to fall potentially. I know they're really high on him. Noah Fant's also a big popular trend, and Same with the running back from Josh Jacobs. I had him going with us a couple times. So once again, let me know what you think. A, B, C, D, E. What would you prefer? Are you happy with some of these prospects? Let me know some of your thoughts and concerns. Raiders should be able to, even if they move back, collect quality players, impact players for their team in multiple areas. And then let you know your thoughts and concerns. Go Raiders. Thanks, Raider Nation.